Welcome to the Vein of Fantasy. Today's video is the second installment in the long-term video series I entitled Author Life. Now this is where I review the progress or lack thereof of my writing and author business. So in today's video I will review how I performed on my 2016 goals, and then I'll also share openly about my goals for the first half of 2017. I can think of no better way to hold myself accountable than putting the goals out there in front of you. That kind of enforces my commitment. Before we dive into screen sharing, there is one element around the giveaway that I needed to conclude upon. As mentioned in last week's video, we achieved the goal of passing 100 subscribers before 1st of December. And as a prize, I promised a signed paperback copy of Desolation for one of you subscribers. Now, to be fair, this prize will of course be drawn at random, but it will be drawn between one of you who subscribe before the 1st of December. In the coming week, I will reach out to one of you with the details, so keep an eye on your inbox. Okay, let's get into today's topic. Okay, welcome into screen sharing mode. I'm continuing with the same kind of format that I had in the previous or the first video, with some PowerPoint slides that go through the goals I set for myself plus what I achieved then. All the goals are the same, but I changed the format of the slides themselves just a bit to something I thought looked slightly better. Now keep in mind, as I said in the first video, that the 2016 goals in fact covers 1.5 years. So from the middle of 2015 until the end of 2016. And going forward, I will cover 6 months at a time. So we have a bit of a special scenario here where, for example, these two first goals was actually already covered in the previous videos as something I have achieved, but I let them stay here on the slide because they were still 2016 goals, so that just seemed right to me to do. Okay, but the next one though was a goal about achieving 10,000 followers on Twitter before year end. And as I said in the previous videos, I really had no idea if this was possible or not. But as I'm recording this video, I'm probably still like 2 weeks before the end of the year. So the actual results could potentially increase. But nevertheless, I can tell you that I'm extremely happy about the fact that I have actually achieved 18,000 followers on Twitter at this point in time, which of course is a massively overperformance compared to my goal. So I am extremely pleased with that. The next one was something about YouTube. So as I also explained in the first video, I don't want to really measure level of subscribers as such. I think it's better to measure some other parameters. So the first one of those were YouTube engagement, meaning how many comments am I getting versus a view ratio. And if I could perform above 0.5%, then that should be a good goal. I will re-include in the description field below the articles from where I got these targets, and I will also include a bit of explanation on how I calculated my current goals or my performance. But I can tell you on this one, I ended up at 0.7%, so at slightly better than target, which I'm very pleased about. And since as I've explained many times, I believe I'm looking for creating a community around this YouTube channel. So having engagement is really important. The next one was about the video quality, so ranking up likes versus view ratio above 4% should be the goal. And again, this is described in the articles I mentioned, and I can tell you I hit exactly 4%. So I think that is good and achieved as well. Now the last one is then about some channel growth in terms of how many views am I getting versus subscribers, and that should be 14%. Now I actually achieved 3.2%, so it's massively below target. I'll need to think a bit about this one, and perhaps what I think I will do is I will review again at the end of the first half 2017 results and see if I'm still massively below target here. Then I'll need to see what I can possibly figure out what to do about that. But I don't know if it's because I'm in the starting phase of the channel and there is not that many subscribers yet. I mean, I don't know. Potentially, one could say that the subscribers that are already here should be able to rank up to 14%. That it doesn't matter how many or how little you have, but honestly, I don't know. I'll have to look into the driving factor behind not reaching that target. But yeah, as I said, I'll do that after another cycle here and see how it goes. Okay, the next target I had was around the craftsmanship, meaning how to work on my skills in writing as such. And the first target I had was reading 6 books on the craft of writing in one form or another. This can also be books around running a business as an author, and some of them are. But as I said in the first video, I had already read 15 books by that point in time, so I had already passed the target, and since then I read 5 more. So end of year result is 20 books instead of 6. So I guess I underestimated the target here and set it too low for myself. So more on that in a second. The next one was reading 4 fiction books. So here to the end of 2016, I read 3.5, so I'm not quite there. I'm reading the Robert Jordan Wheel of Time series at the moment, and these are like massive tomes of 300,000 words per piece. So yeah, it takes me a while to get through them, and honestly, I think on this target though, I have been a bit too ambitious. If you follow me on Twitter, you will know that I'm a really slow reader, and I know for some of you out there, 4 books on a 6-month cycle is like nothing, but for me it's more than enough, and I couldn't really deliver upon this for myself. So yeah, there you go. Then I also wanted to follow a class on creative writing. Again, as I mentioned in the previous video, I already followed one class on writing, and I actually found another one here a couple of months ago where it is also a Brandon Sanderson class. It's a newer one, which is complete free video series available on YouTube. I'll put a link to it in the description field below. But there is a lot of good classes there, and I think it's maybe like 30 hours of free teaching right there if you are interested. I really enjoy these videos, so yeah, tick in the box for this one, and that's achieved. Then the last one on 2016 is the writing part. And of course, I have completed the outline for Desolation, which was the book 1 in the Keystone Bone trilogy. But not only that, I also have written and published Desolation now. Just one caveat here. At the point in time of recording this video, I actually have not published it yet. It's sitting with my book formatter, and I'm only waiting for the final files to be returned to me, and then I'll put them right up on the international platforms right away. So since I still have a couple of weeks before year end, I truly believe that this will happen. And perhaps maybe when this video is released, perhaps it's already happened. Anyway, you can check out my website if you are interested at www.jespersmidt.com, and you'll find the book there. If it's still sitting under work in progress, then you'll know why, and otherwise you'll find it under the books tab. Okay. Then what I also wanted to do before the end of 2016 was finish the outline and the first draft of book 2 in the Keystone Bone trilogy. And again, I'm recording this a couple of weeks ahead of the year end, but I'm only missing 4 chapters now at the point of recording this. So the first draft will be done before New Year come around, and even before Christmas comes around, and it'll go out to my alpha readers, so they have some stuff to read over the holidays. Let me move us into the 2017 first half goal sheet on the business side then. The first one is about Facebook advertising. I really want to master this. I truly believe that the Facebook platform as such is absolutely key and absolutely powerful in terms of advertising, and I want to become better than this. I have kind of dipped my toes in it during 2016 here, but I think I'll take some courses here in the beginning of next year, and let's say dive deeper into how to really master it. So that's one goal. The other goal is that Desolation will be out, of course, as I just mentioned. So I would like to pass at least 200 reviews during the first half on Desolation. So let's see what I can do in terms of trying to reach that target, and of course I'll report back in about 6 months' time on how that went then. And then I think for the next few ones here, these you recognize, so these are the same ones as 2016. So I'll continue trying to monitor the YouTube engagement quality levels and growth levels here. Perhaps maybe in the future for second half maybe of 2017, I'm considering if I want to include some revenue goals at that point, but I haven't quite made up my mind yet. So we'll see if that becomes part of the goal sheets at some point. Then on the craftsman side, I've cranked up a bit. So I've said, okay, I want to read 10 books on the craft side, or it could also again be business related, author business related. So yeah, I think this one should be easily be achievable. I already have a list of the books I want to read. And by the way, for the 2016 books, I will add those to the description field as well, so you can see what those were that I read. And then I've lowered my own target here, so I'll try to read 2 fiction books. In fact, my plan is probably to complete the book I'm on with the Wheel of Time, and then I think I'll take a break from it and read something else. I just feel like reading something else, so that I will probably do. Whoops. Yeah. So writing was the next one. And of course, book 2 in the Keystone Bone trilogy is called Degradation. And during first half next year, I want to complete all the writing and editing of this book and get it published during the first half of next year. What I also want to do, and we just covered it around the Twitter part in the previous slide, but I often hear on social media that some authors are struggling to figure out how to actually leverage Twitter as a platform. And before I start out writing the third book in the Keystone Bone trilogy, I will need a short break and do something else in between. So I will write a shorter non-fiction book for authors on how to use Twitter during the first half of next year as well. But then, of course, I need to get into book 3 so that everybody can get the ending of that trilogy. So I want to finish the outline for book 3 before we reach the middle of next year. And I also want to be in progress of writing it. So the first 20k words I want to have completed by that time. So that's it for my 2017 goals and the results from 2016's. Now I like these kind of videos because I think it gives kind of a unique view into the behind the scenes of my author business. But I'm very curious to know what you guys feel about these kind of videos. So if you find them interesting, or if there is other kind of things that you would like to hear about, or whatever it may be, I would love to get your comments in the comment section below. And if you like it, please drop a like too. Okay, thanks a lot. See you next Monday.